Hello and welcome to this video on how to adjust due dates in MyOpenMath. So I'm going to share my screen with you. I just have an old course I'm not using anymore as an example. So suppose I just wanted to change the due date on one assignment. So I'm going to click on, so in this little, I'm going to back up a little bit here, slow down. If you go to the assignment, the gear box to the right of it has a little drop down menu, and then from there you want to go to settings to adjust any settings, not just due dates. But if you scroll down past the instructions, the first thing you come to is when it's going to be available. And so you can adjust. You can have something not be available until you want it to be. I don't usually use that, maybe for exams, but usually I don't. And then the available until is where you're going to select your due date. So sure, yeah, I'll put that it's going to be due on January 22nd, 2025. And then usually I do 11:59 p.m. And I never select the keep open for ungraded practice after the due date because students will do the assignment in this mode and they won't get any credit for it because all the answers are shown. So unless you have a really good reason to use that, I would not. So that there's more options here that you can change, but that's for a different video. So we just want to click Save Changes. And now we can see that that has that due date on it. But if I've just copied a course and I need to adjust all the due dates from it, then the best way to do that would be going to time shift. And then you want to select the very first assignment that they would do. So for this course, it would be the first one is quiz one. So I want to adjust the due date to that, to whatever I want it to be. And when I click on change dates, it's going to update all of the other due dates based on this assignment. So now I can see that these other assignments got updated. This one got put really far in the future because it went from 2022 to 2025. Yeah, so test 117, yeah, so they all have current due dates now. Another way, yeah, let me fix this one real quick. So again, I'm going to go to settings, and this one just got put way into the future. So I want to put it back into this year. It's currently 2025. Another way to see and move your due dates really easily is to go to calendar. And I usually select that I want to see 20 weeks in the future because that way I can see all my assignments. And right now, this one just has a question mark there. But if I go down to settings, I can change that under display options and use the assessment name. But a better way to do that would be, so this is getting into a little bit other things other than due dates, but I think it's useful. If I want to make a mass change to all my assignments, so that they all display their name instead of a question mark, then I can do that using the, I went kind of fast there, but yeah, so it's the same option to use this assessment name, but I've selected all the assessments, and that was the option under assessments. So you can mass change any of your settings right here, like for example, under, yeah, so late passes, I usually give unlimited late passes and allow after the due date. So that's another thing that you might change here under the mass change. All right, so now when I go to the calendar, I have the actual names of everything. And if I click enable drag and drop right here, then I can move these. There's one for when you can start it, one for when you can end it, because this one had a start and an end date. I can move them around wherever I want. and it automatically sets the due date. So if I click disable, then I can see that those due dates updated. The third thing that you can do to adjust due dates is to go to dates. And here you want to filter just by assessments because you don't really care about the dates for anything else. And this is where you can change these due dates. You know, you can do a little bit of copy and paste. Like if I want all of them to be 11:59, I can copy and paste that in here to make that quicker. And then there's the action to send down. So you can just copy, like if I want all the due dates to be, so let me select all. If I want all the due dates to be 127 and 11:59, then I can click copy down, start, and or let's see, where is it? Date and times. And then save the changes. Whatever you do here, you need to save it. And then it takes you back here. These assignments weren't set up with due dates for some reason, but that can be changed. Like this one right now doesn't have a due date, so I can go to settings and make a due date of 122, whatever I want, and save the changes. So just to recap, so if you have individual date change, you just go to the gearbox settings, scroll down to where you have the due date, pick your due date, and then I would never click this box for practice mode, and then save changes. Alternatively, you can go to the calendar, enable drag and drop, and move these assignments wherever you want them. Okay, and that automatically saves. There's no save button there. If you are updating, if you just copied a course that you used last semester or previously, you can use the time shift. So I'm going to change the first assignment to be due, let's say the 13th, change dates. Now these should all update to be the new dates based on quiz 1. And then the last thing we did was go to dates, and that's where you can individually change the dates through here. Yeah, so then, and there's the option to copy down whatever settings you want here. So you have to actually select something if you do this without selecting first. So say I want to send down to these. So now send down date and time changes. I guess I didn't make any changes. So here, let me change that. Yeah, so it changed, it updated all the rest of them based on what I did here. Similar to like the other option I was showing you, the time shift one. And then make sure you save your changes here. And I think that's it. So I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions.